Woo! Everybody's rolling into town on our
Rolling in.
first session. Oh yeah. Haley, are you ready to kick
I am
off
pumped to kick
this?
it off.
Yeah. Oh man, here's a cool thing, everybody joining. I would say, so Haley and I are like the two OGs of Client Champion team.
Jeez.
So this is really fun to get to be in
Veterans,
here together. Yeah.
seasoned.
Oh yes, so much fun. Oh man, there's so many people rolling in already. Like it's just incredible. Like if you joined us during the opening session, we were talking about just how insane, how big this is and how people. I remember all year after we had the one last year, people would ask us when the next one was, and during
Yep.
conferences, they'd come up and be like, "When is training camp?" So we're so excited it's time, and
We
this
just
is the first of this year.
the first. Yeah, and we had someone come in today. Hey, is there gonna be one next week? I
Oh
was
my
like,
gosh.
I wish
That would be,
so.
yeah. Could you imagine?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's just,
Wild.
that would be awesome. But the good thing is these are recorded. So technically you could make them a weekly thing. It's just, you're just going to be seeing
Exactly.
the same thing over, but it'd still be good.
Yeah.
But no, this is so much fun. And I'm going to jump in because I know we have so much to cover in this one.
Me
But
too.
first, I just wanted to welcome everyone in, do a little housekeeping, and then I'm going to pass it over to Haley and let her just take it away with the first session of Travefy Training Camp 2022. So awesome. And this one's a big one. As I mentioned in the opening session, this is not one that we had last year because we've added so much stuff that we really realized that, hey, you know what? We need one webinar that just shows you everything, like in the suite of Travefy's tools, and just to kind of show you how everything works and what's possible. So that's what this webinar is. So it's going to be really awesome. But just before we dive into that, though, the cool thing is if you do join us, so this one counts. So if you're in here right now, you've got one already in your belt. But if you join, yes, you've got one already. If you join 5 or more live sessions, you become Travefy Training Camp certified. So, oh, it's super cool. Yes. So again, you already have one, so you just got to join us for 4 more, and you got it. And so how that's going to work though is we can see when you join. So no need to reach out to us or anything. We'll know. But probably just give us like maybe a week or two, and then we will send you your certificate and your badge and wear it proudly. And well, not really wear it. You can print it out and wear it, but it'll be virtual. So you can put on like your email signature, website. I mean, wherever you want to put it. So it'll be really cool. But huge news as well. Again, if you join us in the opening celebration, this won't be as big of a deal. You've heard about it, but we're going to talk about it every session because it's so big, is that we are releasing, on the topic of certification for training camp, we are releasing, you ready for this? Certification, like legit Travefy certification. Yes. Oh my gosh, it's huge. This is years in the making. Like we have talked about this for so long.
It's kind of your baby, Stephanie.
It is kind of your yes, baby. It is. Yeah. It is a child.
We've talked about this for a long time.
I know it is. We always, literally every time when we have like our quarterly meetings, we're like, what are some fun ideas? We're like, certification. Yeah. And so next week, it should be next week coming out. And everybody who's on attending any of these sessions, we'll send you an email exclusive to you, letting you know once it's ready. So expect that most likely next week, early of the week, next week. But basically, you'll be able to get certified for Travefy, which is just huge. That way you can, it's kind of one of those things that when a client comes to you and they're like, why should I pick you? And you're like, well, we have a mobile app that we use and we have a really cool, all this stuff because you're Travefy certified. It's just, show off a little bit. Yeah, it's super cool. And then we're going to also we'll launch a Travefy Advanced. So there'll be an advanced level. So if you really want to go big, there you go. And then we already have a certification available for CLIA members. So if you go to certification.travefy.com, if you are a CLIA member, you can take that certification and use those credits. They go towards elective credits to your CLIA membership. So it's a no-brainer, and
yep.
Best part, it's free. This is all free. So that's a really great part too. And it's going to be great. So stay tuned for that, but we're just got to Got to keep getting the cat out of the bag on that one because it's super exciting. Um, and then the last thing that I want to mention, yes, we love happy hour. And so at the end of this week, we will wrap everything up on Thursday, and which is so sad, but it'll be really fun because we'll have a trivia happy hour.
That's right.
So yeah, so it'll be cool. Yeah, Haley will be on it. We got like most
Yeah.
of the team on it because who doesn't want to join? Travel trivia happy
Right.
hour. Yeah.
Happy times. Happy hour.
Exactly. It'll be so cool. And you can win of the top 3 prizes, which are big Amazon gift cards. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, it'll be really cool. Grab yourself a drink. Let's celebrate, the week and all that good stuff and play some travel trivia. So that'll be really cool. But yeah, that's everything I had. The other thing that I did want to mention is that we are recording this. So this is
Mhm.
being recorded. All the sessions will be. And what you want to do to view the recording is if you go to travefytrainingcamp.com, just come back in here and you'll get to see that little register button will change into a view recording, and you'll just have to register and you can view it on demand. So heads up on that, especially this one, if you have to hop off early, feel free
Mhm.
and you can get that recording afterwards. But with all that being said, Haley, I am going to let you take it away now.
My time. All right.
Yes,
Awesome.
here we go.
Let's start doing the screen share here first, and then I'm going to explain how today is going to go. So real quick here. All right.
Oh, I
And
see
everyone
it.
should be seeing, yep, my
Uh-huh.
super sweet screen. I just have Travefy pulled up right now. So yeah, I guess I'll take it away. So thanks again for everybody who's joining today's session, the core 5. Just to kind of reiterate, this is going to be, an introduction. This is not really an in-depth step-by-step training. That's what the other sessions are going to be for. This is going to show you what's possible. And so what I'm going to cover today is a lot. I'm going to be going through a lot of our core, I like to say the core 5. So it's going to be an introduction to proposals, itinerary. We're going to kind of build a proposal. It's already mostly pre-built, but I'll kind of walk you through what I did. We'll convert that to an itinerary. I'll talk about that. And then we're also going to talk about the contacts area, our simple CRM, and then forms, the form builder, walk you through that, give you a little introduction. And at the end, we're going to do the website builder, landing page builder. We'll go through that. So that's what this session is going to be all about. Again, it's a high level kind of introduction to really show you guys what is possible inside of here. So let's dive in. Let's get started. I'm sharing my screen right now and I'm inside of my Travefy. So this is exactly what you guys are going to see when you get logged in. And just kind of general housekeeping things here first, because I know there are probably some people on here, probably a lot, that don't know anything about Travefy. So this is my main page, my dashboard. Trips page right there. You're going to see all of those trips in the center aisle. Left-hand side is where you can filter and you can basically begin, starting to build a proposal or itinerary. Now, we'll kind of get into that here shortly. And we're going to start off actually by building out a proposal, because that's typically that first part of the sales, process or workflow. And I just want to make a note that you guys can always create an itinerary, whichever one you choose. It's really, the same for you guys. You're going to jump into the itinerary builder. But today I'm going to start off with a proposal. I have one that's pre-built. I'm going to walk you through that and then we'll convert that to an itinerary to start off. Now, I am going to go into this guy here. Before I show that, I always like to show a finished product. What does this look like? And then we're going to go in. I'm going to tell you kind of the why a little bit, high level overview. So if you've never seen a proposal or an itinerary in Travefy, I'm just going to click on my next tab here. Go up to my first day. Whoops, had that down there just a little bit. This is essentially this is an itinerary, the finalized product, what you can share. This is that online itinerary. Left-hand side, you get your little menu of days, and this is all totally interactive. This is just that online itinerary proposal that you guys can build. This is what it looks like. So just wanted to share this. I'll kind of scroll all the way down here so you guys can see that. So you get an idea for, what that really looks like. Now let's go in here and dive in, going back into this trip here. And we're going to go into this beach, vacation with some quote options. I'm just going to edit this. Now, again, this has information already added. So this is that high level overview, little housekeeping inside of here. So what are we looking at right now? This is the trip builder. This is where you guys go to add in information for a proposal or an itinerary. This is the same for you, okay? For as a Travefy user, whether you're building an itinerary or a proposal, you're going to be in this trip builder. That's where you go to start adding in information. And you can see here on my top kind of nav bar is up here, kind of moving my mouse around. So trips, that takes you back to your main trips page. This is the settings area. This is where I encourage pretty much everyone to, you start off here. You enter in the trip name. You can see this is that all-inclusive, beach vacation quote. I have set my date. So for proposals, of course, you guys can set the date or you can leave it blank. Price, little description inside of here too. So this is just the settings area. This is where you essentially begin. More here, this is how you guys can add people to your trip. You can also embed, different trips on different sites. So there's some embed code for you guys there too. And then right-hand side is really my sharing option. So PDF, preview, and send. We'll go more in depth on that once I actually do go through that process. Down below, you're seeing my trip. So there's my good old cover photo, got some glasses on there. Left-hand side, this is gonna be your days, okay? And I have set my date. So that's why you see December 1st through the 4th. You can add more days by clicking on plus new day. And in here, you can see on this first day, I have content already built in. So again, in case you didn't hear me before, I'm not kind of going through the how-to on this, just to kind of show you what it looks like here. And this is a proposal. And so here you can see I have set this up to, I have added flights actually, and I have added in a little ground transportation, and there's an option 1 and an option 2. Now, just a little recap on, how do you get that in there, right? We got to know that. So I added this info just by clicking on my day and then going up to new event. So you can see there are different, we call them events. You can actually search for, millions of places in our database in each of these events in that attachments area. You can look up flights inside of here quickly just by plugging in that airline, the flight number. And then you can also look up cruises and tours and booking. We do have, bookings integrated with certain suppliers. So you guys can, pull in things automatically. This is kind of what you click on, and then you can search for properties, hotels, all that fun stuff. So that's basically what I did is I clicked that, and then I brought in those flights and I added in this information from those resorts, made that look pretty with the pictures. I'm just going to walk you through kind of my day 2 here essentially. So this was more, private catamaran, spa package. These are kind of their add-ons, if you will, and suggested things to do, suggested dining, fun stuff like that. The third day then, general activities. And then the last day would be that departure day, essentially. So again, this is just high level kind of proposal here. I've prepared this here. What we'll do, I'm going to actually add in just a little bit more information too. There's a feature I love to talk about. It's called city guides. And if you guys have ever talked to me before, we probably talked about this. We're going to go ahead and add in some more city guides just to day number 3 here, just to touch on this. It's part of your library, and your library is sitting over here. Right-hand side, it's kind of split into 2 items, your items and city guides. The library under your items, that's essentially your content database, things that you've created and saved in Travefy for reuse. That's what's showing up right here. So I'm going to go more in depth on that too. We're not talking about the library just yet, but that really is an awesome time-saving feature. If you guys are adding on, certain things to proposals, itineraries all the time, save it to your library. You don't need to redo it over and over again. You can kind of create a stock template for that and drag and drop over. Now, the other part of your library is city guides. And so what I'm going to do is just kind of search for a guide here, just to walk you through that. And then we're going to get into approving this proposal. So right-hand side here of your items, city guides. Now, city guides, this covers over 645 destinations worldwide. And it's our kind of pre-built database of information that you guys can search for a city and just drag and drop over. Really cool content, really beautiful photos. It's all built for you. So let's do that real quick here. So I'm going to go ahead and go to Cancun, just typing that in, click on the option here. And so you're seeing quite a bit of information pull up. This first guide, this includes all of these sections here. So you can see there's something about the city. There's top 10, there's 10 things inside of there, top 15, do and see. There's a ton of information. If I would just drag and drop, that's a little drag and drop right there, looking for that green box, that's your green light, you're good to go, drop it in. That would add in all of those sections onto this trip. I don't really want to do that. I know, and some people say that's too much information. If you do bring that in, you can always take it back. That's no problem. But I'm going to grab a specific item. I just actually want to talk about the city. I'm going to bring that over, drag and drop, and check this out. Cancun. Here you get some awesome photos there, cool content. Top 10, the do and see there. If you keep scrolling, you're actually going to see there's that top 10. So if I wanted to bring in, something about those Mayan ruins, I can do that inside of here and just drag and drop it over. Maybe I want to bring in something about the cenotes. You can kind of pick and choose. So the main thing I'm trying to stress is you guys can pick and choose exactly what you want to share. You're in full control. Anything that I bring over, I can edit. Just clicking on the pencil icon to edit. So, all right, this proposal, it's built inside of here. Now let's move on to, how to share and send this proposal. And then we're going to talk about capturing decisions on here, all that fun stuff. So top right-hand corner, we're going to go up here, PDF. So if anybody needs a good old PDF, you got that right there. Preview and send. I would always encourage you to preview your trip before you actually do send it off. So clicking on that, this gives you that shareable link right away. So this is essentially the link that you guys could share. A few things that you're seeing here. So this is a proposal. There's the approve proposal button. So clients can approve a proposal inside of Travefy. Once they do that, everything's integrated with your account. You're actually notified of someone approving it. You get a hard copy of that. Your clients get a hard copy of that. So everything's integrated together. And then that basically converts it to an itinerary. At that stage, that's where they get the mobile app and PDF access to either download on their own or print off on their own. So we'll see that here too. This is that proposal and kind of what I shared before. Let's go into how I send this. So I'm going to leave this up and go back here. So sending this off, clicking on send, get trip link there. That is simply just copying that shareable link we just saw. You can also do email invite clients. I like to do this one. It gives you those tracking statuses. And so here you can punch in their name, enter in a little custom message. And then when you do send this off to them, they get a nicely, beautifully formatted email. It is mobile friendly. It's going to have that big cover photo in it. And it's going to have a big blue button that says view online. So they cannot miss it. When they click on view online, this is what they see. They get to hear. So this is going to give them access to all those trip details. Left-hand side, they can kind of jump around, view that menu of days. And how do they communicate with you? How do they, get their selections over to you? There's a few ways to do that essentially. So what you can do is utilize the web chat on here. Little to the right. I don't know if everybody can see that. It's a little guy there. It's a little chat box. You can actually send a message through here. So I'll just kind of show you, hi, little message, send. That's going to go back here in the little discussion area too. There you go. So they can actually communicate with you live. You guys can make changes kind of together. They can, this will update automatically as you are in there working. It's going to update in real time. So pretty cool. Just an easy way to do it. You can also see here in my description area. So I didn't mention this before. I should have, shame on me. That description area is a great spot for, you'll see this is a welcome note, but it also includes the reservation form. So to basically, I'm asking them here to, hey, let me know what you want, what you've decided in this form. And I built that inside of Travefy. And so here they can click on reservation form. It's going to pull up my little form here, and I can go through, enter in all of the different answer options and, maybe add-ons, things that I want here. And then of course, at the end, they get a little recap. Now, don't be alarmed. It's saying required response. I didn't fill this out. So this is exactly what your clients would see. So if they didn't fill it out, that's what they would see. But this does give them a little recap. Once they input all that information, they get a success screen, and all that information goes back into your Travefy account. You're going to find that. You're going to be notified when somebody does fill out a form too. So everything's integrated together. Pretty cool. So those are kind of two ways to communicate back and forth with your clients and how they can let you know what they've decided. Now let's go ahead and approve this so you guys can see what that looks like. I'm going to approve the proposal. So this is a bit more on that client experience side here. And so they get this screen. Hey, I'm excited, ready to approve. They enter in their name, email address. We're going to leave mine in there for today. I click on approve. They get a congratulations screen. Now, at this time, that's when they're getting an email with that hard copy. You guys are also getting an email too, letting you know, hey, so-and-so has filled out form X, Y, and Z, or excuse me, proposal X, Y, and Z. They approved it. So you're going to get that. Now, let me walk you back into your Travefy. We're going to go in now. Now this is an itinerary technically, and it's going to tell you that too. I'm going to show you where that's at, and then we're going to go in and finalize it and talk about how to share and send that. So we'll go back. You can see approved little badge there. Back to my trips page. Here we go. All right. So clicking back on that particular trip, that proposal is approved. There's your green badge of approval. Right-hand side, there is your hard copy right there. And then you're going to see that type. So itinerary. Now, just a pro tip, you guys can change this manually at any point. Let's say you started off with a proposal. You meant for that to be an itinerary. Change it. You can do it there manually. No big deal at all. Now this is an itinerary though, and we're going to go back into edit. And so this is just kind of like us finalizing that proposal. So if I wanted to, I can come back inside of here. Maybe I would change the, trip name here. I might throw in, hey, this is the Smith family. This is their all-inclusive beach vacation. Now it's, no longer a quote or something, say that. You could adjust, of course, the start date, maybe if you need to adjust the actual description that you have inside of there. For here, let's say I know their options that they like to go with. We're going to go ahead and remove option number 1. I'm going to go down here. So let me show that again. Sometimes I go a little too fast and get ahead of myself. I'm clicking on the pencil icon. That's how you guys can edit an event and basically remove info. So clicked on the pencil, 3 little dots at the bottom. And that's where you can go to delete. So you're just going to click on delete. That takes that option out for me. And so here I could edit this. Maybe you take out the language there. So I say, instead of option 2, I'm going to say, this is that check-in now. And maybe you have the actual confirmation number. You can throw that in there too. So there's extra details you guys can add in, time, all that good stuff. You can, of course, adjust, the notes area, whatever you need to do that right inside of there. All right, so let's say now, I'm not going to adjust anything else inside of there. There were some options in there, but let's say they want to do everything. So we're going to let it live just like it is. And now let's go ahead and, share and send this off. So what we're going to do, I'm going to preview that first, just to kind of show you guys the difference here. So same process, preview. You'll notice though, top right-hand corner is a little bit different. There's PDF and there's that mobile app. So this is how you give your clients access to that PDF, printing that up on their own, and also that mobile app. So when you guys do send the trip invite, and this is automatically, as you can see, this link updated. So they're going to have access to that mobile app right away. If they open this up on their mobile device, they can click app. We'll take them to their app store and we'll help them download the Trip Plans app. So we're going to help them get there. Now back into my Travefy, you can click here, send, same deal. If you guys want to send that, formal invitation, hey, this is your trip, do email invite right here. Same deal. You can resend that to them. You can include a different little message there in that email. It's going to actually have directions then on how to view their trip and get that app. It'll say view online. So it'll just take them, same deal there, viewing it online, but there's also going to be a button to get the app. And so if they're on their mobile device, they can get it right from the email. And we're going to walk them through how to do that. And I do want to talk a little bit more about the mobile app. So we're kind of finished up with proposals. We're finishing up here with that itinerary process. I'm going to walk you guys through here now what the apps kind of look like as well. So at this stage here, if you click on app here, of course, we're on a desktop. So we get this little message. We're trying to push them to open this up on their mobile device because that's where you got to be to get a mobile app. So you want to be on there. A little itinerary mobile preview. Here you go. This is our landing page for this. This is the app that you guys can give your clients access to. It's called Trip Plans. This is that icon. And we're going to connect them, whether they're using iOS, Android, we're going to connect them to this right away. And it's a very simple way to deliver, your details for a trip and impress your clients and also communicate with them. So here's a little demo for you all too. You can see it's called Your Trip Plan. So it doesn't say Travefy inside of here, has all your branding, contact information, and it's simple. You just click on the day and you view your details and you're seeing that little green on time there. So I just want to make a plug to that. Guys, we do have live flight updates. They're automatic flight updates. That's what that is right there. You're seeing that. You'll see a little green check mark inside of your Travefy next to a flight. That's how you know it's up and running. So you guys will get live flight updates. They can opt in for those push notifications for, gate changes and things like that. So super exciting. That's inside of there. And in the app here too, you're going to see in the top right-hand corner, a very small chat bubble. This is where you guys can communicate with them. So the app does give you a way to communicate with your clients. And I know this is a super great way just to stay in touch, stay on top of things. Lots of times people, see from their app that they're notified, hey, so-and-so's flight changed, that you guys can communicate and figure out a different route ahead of other people, so you're saving them a lot of time. This is what that looks like. And so of course you guys have an app as well. That's called Travefy Pro. And so if you guys are Travefy users and you do not have this yet, go to your app store right now, download Travefy Pro, and it's going to allow you guys to view all of the, trips that you've built, and you can communicate with your clients inside of there as well. All righty. So now we've talked about this. Let's go ahead and move on to, we're going to kind of shift gears here, and we're going to go in and talk about forms. And so I'm going to go back into the trips page. Next to trips, you will find the library. Forms is a part of the library. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that now. So the library, in case you guys are not familiar, this essentially is your own database of, information that you have created and saved for reuse inside of here. The library tab, this is the hub of all of my items that I've created and saved for reuse. So let me just hit that home just a little bit more. A lot of times, people are, going to 3 to 5 destinations 90% of the time. And so what you can do is kind of create events or, different resort events like you saw my option 1, option 2. You can actually create them and save them here and then drag and drop. So it saves you a ton of time, makes for very fast trip itinerary proposal building. So this is the hub essentially, and this includes forms. And that's what I want to talk about next. So we're going to get into the form feature here. I'm actually going to filter to show all of my forms. So I have a lot of forms in my account. Some of those are for demoing and whatnot, but those are all my forms. Here underneath new library item, you guys can see all the different, events that you can create in here as well. Form is at the bottom. So we're just kind of walking through that right now. I'll click on form, and this is going to bring up a window to basically create a brand new form. And so little introduction to that. You have the edit stage, and then later on you can view your responses to the right once somebody does respond. You could enter in a title, and you can organize your forms with labels. You'll see that right here. Now in the center, you're going to see create your first question and also create from templates. So you can create one essentially from scratch. You can do that. You click on that and you're able to start by plugging in your own title and creating all your own questions. We do have templates though for you guys to go off of. And so we're going to use one of those today. Create from template. You're going to see new trip inquiry, insurance waiver, and card authorization. So a few notes on these templates here. I know CC auth is
Hey, Haley, really quick, can you hear me? Yeah, I was just seeing. Hey, Haley, are you able to hear me? Here, stand tight, everybody. Haley's in another room, and so I'm gonna go tap her really quick. You're froze.
Yep, my internet just died.
Can you get on Wi-Fi?
I think it's back up.
But I'm on there.
I don't think. Yeah.
Okay, let me make sure.
LOL. I think they're laughing at us. Yeah, I'm back. Thanks, everybody. Hey, Dana. Hey, Ralph. Thanks, guys.
Yep, we're back.
Yep, everybody can see us now. Stephanie ran in here and was like, "You're down."
I was like, "Wait."
So, sorry, my internet pooped out on me. So here we go. Let's try this again here.
Fun times.
Yep. No big deal.
Hey, everyone.
All right, screen number 2.
Thank you also for everyone saying that too, because I was kind of watching. I was like, is it just me or is it everyone? So appreciate everyone.
1 second, where my screen was just not showing up exactly where I'd like it to be. So here we go.
Here
All
we go.
right. And
I
so
see it.
just a little gut check. Can you see my screen? All right.
Yes.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Thanks everybody for warning us. Yes, I saw everything go down on my end, and Stephanie ran in to tell me. So technology, that happens. Here we go. So back into it. We're talking about forums. Sorry for that little interruption. So I'm going to create a form right here from a template, and we're actually going to click on, I'm going to utilize the credit card authorization one. We're just going to kind of take a little peek at that. So this is, again, a template. You can see I have some questions already built up inside of here. And I have 4. I can always add more. I can add in more questions. And this is kind of what a question looks like. I'll give you guys a little walkthrough. So here's how I can enter in a question. Enter in your question. Right-hand side is your answer option. So short, long, multiple choice, address, and then card authorization. That's grayed out because I've already used it on a question. You can only do that once. And then there are smart fields inside of here. I've already made most of these smart fields, so that's why you're seeing a little bit of a gray out here. So whenever you're asking for a contact name, email address, phone address, street address, label them as a smart field. Those are just fields that are going to overwrite the contact's info upon submission. So it's smart. It's going to know who the contact is and update it if they've made changes to any of their info that they've submitted to you. Now, right-hand side, blue check mark to save it, red to delete. I can make questions required, yes or no there. Format, if I'm asking for email, just select email there. We're just checking, we're basically just validating the data that's been entered. I do have a little section here where I can input in extra text or instructions. You guys can include a little link inside of there. So this is just basics on what that looks like. I'm actually going to take that question away. Towards the bottom, you're going to see the option to ask for e-signature. And so this is where I want to talk a bit more about this. So this is being basically automatically toggled on because I have this credit card auth one right here. So you'll see inside of here, I've chosen card authorization. And so this basically is always going to ask for that e-signature, and forms that are asking for e-signature have to be sent directly to a customer. So this brings me into form sharing and sending a bit. We're going to get into that next here. So I will preview this just to kind of give you all a little demonstration here. You're going to see credit card authorization form. They can continue on through. This is what that form looks like. This is where they enter in their payment details. Now, we're not going to be able to continue here because we'd have to enter in all that info. And I'm not actually filling this out. This is just preview, but this is what that looks like. This is where they sign. And then eventually there'll be a button here to click on continue. So that is just a little preview there. Now, main things here, when you are asking for e-signature, if I press share, you're going to see here, if I have 2 options. So there's email form to clients and also share form link with clients. This here, share form link with clients, forms require e-sig. They require that you email it to them directly. So just keep a note on that. Keep that at the top of your guys' head.
Haley, really quick, if you can hear me. I think it froze again. Yeah, Ralph saying, "Oh no," again. Okay, everyone, I'm gonna run in there really fast.
Signature. I just want to show you guys what this does. I'm going to uncheck the box. Oh, and I got to take this guy out here. Oh, no, I don't think so. I think I'm still on. We'll see what the people say. Chelsea says we can see her. I'm back. So my internet here is, I saw someone yelling at Aloe. Thanks, guys. Sorry that I'm freezing so much. I am actually hardwired in. I'm off Wi-Fi. So let's see here if we, oh, Steezy, I can't hear you.
I'm muted. That was my fault.
Yep.
Yes. Okay, so you're good.
Yep.
Haley, maybe try turning off your camera really quick, and that might help with the bandwidth.
Sure. Okay. Yep.
Okay. Thanks,
I
everyone.
stop the video.
Fun technology.
Yep. Thanks everyone for again letting us know. I'm just turning off my camera to see if this is going to help out. So hopefully everything continues to work well. I'll speed this up here and try and get through. So where was I at here? Wanted to talk about basically sharing and sending, and I'm deleting this question because once you're asking for credit card authorization, it's automatically going to check this box. So if I uncheck the box, sharing is a little bit different here. Clicking on share, you're going to see two different options. Then there's that email form to client, and then you can also share it with a link. So that's really what I wanted just to showcase right there. You can copy that link just by clicking on that little blue box there. Essentially, you can share it that way, share it in a different email address and whatnot. That's fine. Now we're going to get into, where do my form responses live? And that actually does, like I said, you can view those in here in the responses area. And that whenever you do, or whenever someone does fill out an actual form, you're going to be notified of that. You'll get an email notification, and that's going to take us into contacts. So perfect segue. Inside of here actually is where you guys are going to really be able to see all of those details. You can do it in the library too, but I love this area. I think it's cool. So in the contacts area, this is our CRM. So a little walkthrough for you guys here, general housekeeping. You're going to see left-hand side, new contact. You can kind of create one by one right there. You do have a bulk import option. So you have this template you can actually build off of. Download the template file right here. You can drag and drop that. So this is just a quick way to add in contacts. My pro tip is just make sure you guys have the format set up just as you see here. Make sure you do that. Now, left-hand side is different filter options. And so you can filter by who is traveling and also by certain labels. So if you have like a group of people, maybe you do destination weddings, you want to have everybody in one group together. You can click on, you can create a label for that. Here's the Sanderson wedding. Here's everybody going on the Sanderson wedding. So that's just a little preview of that. Now I'm going to click on Tommy Training Camp. This is my Tommy Training Camp for today, for the whole entire week. And you can see here, this is what a contact profile looks like. So Tommy Training Camp, pencil icon right there is how I enter in the name. Left-hand side is a description and details. So details include email, phone number, street address. You can plug that in. You can also create custom fields. You'll see I have birthday or birth date inside of there. And then my labels here for training camp, that is just for organization. Right-hand side, you're going to have a private notes area. So this is the space for private notes. You can see trips associated with that contact. And then you can see forms. Here are the two forms that I had shared prior. So you guys can come inside of here and view these responses. I'm just going to walk you through that too. So this one was not asking for CCA. This was just a general kind of booking form. I'm going to click on view those responses. You can see what that looks like inside of here. You also have a PDF that you can always access and download. Now for the credit card one, this is a little bit different too, just because when you click on view responses, you're going to see those responses, but down here where that card info is at, you can click on view details. And then this is asking me for my password. And so all I got to do, this is just that extra layer of security. That's that 2FA getting kicked in. Once you plug that in, you're going to see the full card information, and you guys have control on when you want to delete that info too. You can delete this now, once it's used, you can do that. It will be automatically removed whenever that authorization deadline has been set, whatever you set for there. So here, this is the contacts area. That's kind of short and sweet. Oh, last thing, I'm sorry, I did not mention this. The docs area. This is extra area for, information, but what's cool about it is this is a secure area. So if you guys need to enter in, vaccination cards or passport info, do that here. We've recently added in that document storage area. So very cool, very excited. Okay, so now we're going to get on to the last core thing here, core product. We're going to talk about the website and landing page builder. So let's go ahead and get into there. I'm going to click on my name, and I'm actually just going to jump into the website landing page builder. This is going to take you guys into mine. And so I just want to talk a little bit about, what you can use this for. And I want to say, firstly, this is flexible. Okay. You guys can use our website builder to create a beautiful, core website to host your content on, or you can use it to create a landing page to market trips, destination weddings, group trips, packages, anything. So I'm going to show you guys to my website and then a sample landing page to kind of give you some inspiration. And then I'll go through a little walkthrough of this area. So I have some items pulled up here. Let me just close out and get rid of some of these tabs. And firstly, this is my Jet Set Go. This is the one I use in all my demos. If you guys have ever done a demo with me, you've seen this. And this is essentially what a website can look like. And you'll see here, I have trips. Now I brought these trips in straight from my Travefy account. Everything's integrated. We make it easy for you guys. Your clients can click on view trip. It looks like this. So kind of like that online itinerary proposal. There's, the same kind of feel and walkthrough. It's all interactive. At the top too, they can contact you. So cool lead magnet there. And I also wanted to scroll down. I'm going to keep scrolling. So contact us. So there are just different elements that we have. One thing too to note, you guys can toggle in or bring in a form too. So everything is integrated with your account. We make it really easy for you guys to, share and promote those trips that you're building for your clients. And if you guys are building one for your clients, just copy it and remove that sensitive info and upload it here. If you guys want to do that, easy way to do it. Now I'm going to take you into also, this is more of like a landing page. I wanted to share that with you. So this is a touch of history on the Danube. This is a river cruise. And I'm just going to scroll slowly here so you guys can see what this looks like. Again, this is my landing page for a river cruise, and just wanted to show you kind of inspiration on what you can do. So here's that trip essentially, so they can view the cruise details inside of here. They can jump around on these days, no problem. There's also a form in there. So reserve your spot, let's get ready to discover. Here's that form, opens right up, and they fill out the info. So again, hopefully that gives you guys a little bit of inspiration. Now I'm going to go back into my Travefy here, and let's just walk through the interface here. So to start us off, top bar here, nav bar, kicks you back to your main trips page. You'll see I'm on my Jet Set Go travel agency page. That's my home page. There's a little home icon. There's my river cruise, and I have an untitled page in here. You guys can add in multiple pages, up to 5 inside of there. Just click on create. Published is kind of grayed out because I published this. And so when it's green, that means you guys can publish. Preview, of course, then right-hand side settings. That's where I'm currently sitting at. So you can see I'm in settings. So my left-hand side is essentially the visual. And then on my right-hand side is the area that I'm in or the area that I'd like to edit. And so that's how I know where I'm at. That plus new element button, this is how you guys add in more elements. And so you can simply drag and drop these things over, and it's easy to use. You have lots of really cool stylistic templates to kind of utilize to share information about your business. So I'm going to go a little bit more in depth in the settings area here. And we'll touch on, adding in a trip too, just to kind of show you guys what this is about. So settings, this is where you essentially begin when you set up your website or your landing page. Site theme, SEO, and social. These are the three prongs or 3 areas. Here's that link that you guys can grab for sharing. And, if you would like to, you guys can mask that domain. So my link says travefy.com. You can mask the domain there. You can actually set that up. That is a setting in your account area. Down below, you're going to see the page title, my favicon, and then rearrange. So these are all the items, essentially, or elements on my website. And you can see here's the nav bar. So edit nav bar is in that left-hand corner. That's the nav bar. Jet Set Go, just grabbing that first, title essentially. And I can move things around in here. Pretty easy to do. You can just kind of drag, drop them around. So once you're done setting up your website or your landing page, you'll probably come back here to rearrange. Theme, I want to talk about this. We have 4 themes right now. You're going to see Azure, Stellar, Kaizen, and Santorini. I'll click on Santorini. And this is what I love about it too. You guys can build your site and toggle back and forth in between these different themes that we have to see which one fits your style the best. So you're never locked in. You can just kind of jump back and forth. You can see kind of which one fits you best. I'm going to stick with Azure, and then you can go ahead and change that color photo, the theme color photo right here. Just click on that and you can jump around in there, use that gradient slider tool, or put in that hex color. And then lastly, here in this area, SEO and social. So got to make a little nod to that. So the site is optimized for SEO and social. Make sure you go in, fill this area out, add in a SEO site description. So that's just a little blurb about your agency in that social media image. So plug in something there. So whenever you're sharing it on social media, that image shows up. Top right-hand corner, save your changes. And you can see there's the green publish button. So I made a change. So now I can republish essentially and, share that. Now we're going to get into building this out a little bit more. I'm going to demonstrate just one thing inside of here on how to import in a trip that you've built. And what I'm going to do is go into a completely blank one. We're going to do a new page here. So it's all pretty much blank. And you guys, you have a ton of different ways to stylize this. You have lots of different elements and style templates to choose from, and just how you'd like to share your travel business. And so what I'm going to do here, we're going to talk about importing in trips because I know that's super important. So new element, and you can see I have all these different items I can drag and drop. I'm just going to bring one over so you can see I bring in this call to action, and now I can edit that area, and I could enter in all of this information, and I could add in a button that could bring in a form. I'm going to save that, and I'll go to new element, scroll down a little bit further. Here you're going to see trip gallery and also large card gallery. So I'm going to bring over this trip gallery. We're just going to bring this guy right inside of here, drag and drop. And so you can see in this right-hand side, here's my heading. We'll just say trips here. Oops. There we go. Little description. And then you have 3 cards essentially below that. So these are blank. These don't have anything in them. Here's how you can import in trip. Click on that little pencil icon, go straight down to import from Travefy. Here you can choose library items or trips. So you can do either or. I'm going to stick with the trip for right now. And you'll see here are all of my trips that I have inside of here. And so if I wanted to scroll through, grab one, I can do that. We'll grab the Southern Utah Classic. You can see the heading changes for me automatically. If I had a price input, that would show here in the badge area. The one thing I want to adjust is that description. And that's really all you need to do. Save and you're done. That trip's going to be available. Those details are available for those viewers to see inside of there. So very simple to add an element, just drag and drop. And then if you need to add any image to an element, we have, a high res stock photos already kind of pre-built in. You guys can change photos. Let me show you here, right here, clicking on this, we'll change that. I can adjust that right here, search, upload, copy, website. So if you guys have used Travefy, you're familiar with that window. Right away, you guys can grab in some images from our database. High res, awesome to use. You can, of course, use your own. All right, and so we're getting towards the end here. This is basically, that is the core 5, just an introduction to the core 5. The last area just wanted to mention or make note of was our support center. And so if you guys ever want to learn more, check out the support center. You're going to hear a lot of me inside of here, but you can schedule trainings, and we have on-demand webinars getting started. And all of these training camp videos are going to be on our YouTube channel, which you can find right inside of here, right there. All right, I'm going to let Stephanie take it away. Hopefully our connection stays strong here.
I know, yeah. We won't turn on our videos. We'll just try to make that that might help. But thank you so much, everyone, too, for rolling with the punches with us. A couple years into a lot of technology things, so fun times. But just have to say too, so there's so many people that were giving you some love, Haley. Lots of people saying, I'm loving this. Heather said, wow, this was the course I really needed. I had no idea how to get started with this. So really cool. But we do have tons of questions, so I'll start asking them for you. But just for everybody listening though, if we don't get to your questions, which is likely because we won't have enough time to get through all of them, send us an email at professional@travefy.com or chat us in your account, and we can help answer those. But I do have a lot here, so I'm going to dive in here. Okay, the first question for you, Haley, is from Cordella, and asked, is there a separate cost for the website and landing page, or is it included in the membership?
Great question. It's included. The
Woo!
Website and landing page builder is included in your subscription. Pretty awesome.
Yeah, everything is included. So cool. And then, okay, so there was a lot of questions towards the beginning when you did the proposal and you had that form. There were a lot of questions around that of how did you get that that form in your proposal?
Sure. Yeah, let me show you guys. So I built out a form first. I'll show you the form that I built. This is in your library where you do that. So just right next to your trips, you go to library. I'm going to filter my search here to forms so you can see all my forms. And that one that I built for today. So I have TC all inclusive beach, vacation quote. So before I sent that out, I created this form. I went in, I created my questions. So I wanted to ask for name and email address, of course. I asked for what resort options they wanted. There's a multiple choice option you guys can choose inside of here. That's what I chose. And I entered in my different options. And then I also had in here, hey, what activities are you interested in? And I had them kind of noted inside of here as well. And so now then that's all I was asking. So not really a ton, just hey, I just want to get their selections, whatever they want. I click on share, and then I do the link option. I do click on this little blue button, essentially, that's copying it to my clipboard. Done. Now I'm going to go back into the trips page, and I'm adding it to that trip. And where I did that was in the trip settings area. That's here, top left-hand side here, you're going to see settings. And in that description area, where you see that reservation form, all I did, and you highlight this guy, I'll link it. Here's that form link, boom, done. There you go. So now that text essentially is hyperlinked, and then they can open up that form that way. That's how I added the form onto that trip.
Awesome. That's perfect. And then there is also kind of on the forms topic, as well as multiple people are asking, do the responses for the forms stay, or do they get deleted after a certain amount of time?
They stay. They do not get deleted.
Perfect. Okay, let's see. Another question here on contacts. Is there a limit to is there a limit to how many contacts you have? And is there also a limit on what can be stored in the contact?
No limit as far as I know. No limit. No.
Yeah, no limit.
No limit.
Yep. Not that we are aware of. Yeah, no limit.
Yeah. No.
Also kind of on limits is, it's like Mean Girls. The limit does not exist. That is how it is in Travefy. But another one is, can you have more than one landing page?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can definitely create more than one. So I just had one in my account for today. I'm sorry if I let you down, but here you can create up to, essentially 5 web pages. And so you can see here, I have my homepage. So I'm using Travefy to host all of my content. And if maybe you guys have a site though, that you already have set up with a different provider, you'd still like to use that one, but you want to take advantage of Travefy's, awesome service here too. So that would be just like you creating a landing page. You can create up to 5. You can even link people back to that website. So very cool, very flexible, easy to use tool. Hopefully that answers.
Yeah, that's perfect. And Haley, I purposely saved this question for you instead of answering it while you were going. Is Bridget asks, are city guides available in German?
Oh, hey, Bridget. Nein, es tut mir leid. I speak a little bit of German. So my husband's from Germany, so I know a little bit. Bridget, I'm sorry. They are going to be in English, but maybe reach out to me and I'll translate something for you.
Yeah, I was like, it's going to be we might, down the road explore their language, but currently English. But yeah, German, if there's any German, we'll go to our resident German expert, Haley. So on the right webinar here.
Bring in my husband. Yeah.
Yes. So another question here is Linda asks, is the credit card information secure on the form?
Yes. The credit card info that you are grabbing is securely stored. We are working with PCI compliant partners to store that information. So everything is super secure inside of there. And if you guys have more questions on that, definitely reach out to the team. We can share documentation for you guys. Let us know. We're happy to answer those questions.
Yeah, perfect. And then another question. So a question from Maria. She said, are we able to upload our own photos?
Yes, you can. I'll just jump back into a trip to kind of show you. We didn't really do a rundown of that. So I'm going to go into, you can see this one where I have multiple, we'll go to this one. Doesn't have many photos on it. You can see there's just one added here in multimedia. So if I click into this little box, you can add into 5 images right now. And so you can search our database, and upload is right there. You can actually upload your own right inside of there.
Perfect. A question here on website. Well, just on domain in general. Is Michelle asked, Can I point my website domain to Travefy?
Yes. Yep. You can do that. You can essentially, you're going to show, I'll show you here in account. And if I go into settings at the very top, this is basically where you guys can go to set up your domain, and you can actually choose to set it up as a CNAME or an A record. So an A record is really, hey, I want Travefy to host, all my content. You're using Travefy as your main website. If you already have your own website and you want to use Travefy more as like the landing page and kind of direct people from Travefy to your main website, that would be a CNAME, and that would show up on trips.yourdomain.com essentially. So yes, you can do all of those things.
Yeah, and you might have already mentioned this too, but
Mhm.
we can do a training
Oh yeah,
with you as well. Yeah, to
did not
help set
mention
that
that.
up. So if you're unsure what you need to choose and all that, just let us know. And
Support
we
center.
can.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, we're starting to, I would say we're starting to get kind of become pros at domain masking setups. So hopefully we can answer your
Somewhat.
question really easily. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's always,
Yep.
a random curveball every now and then, but for the most part, we can help you
For the
out pretty
most
well,
part,
pretty
they're
quick.
the same. What we need to look for, it's kind of the same inside of there. So we're all pretty good at helping getting people set up. And if we have issues, we have a great team to tap into here that can help out.
Hmm. Yeah, definitely. Well, and the nice thing too is, yeah, we always, looking for the same stuff and we know what to look for and help you out. So really good. Um, Another question is, so Martha just asked, what is the cost to have the app?
Oh, the app. So the app is included in your subscription.
Oh, I think we might have lost Haley really quick. Oh no. Okay, I feel bad because I can hear her talking in the other room, so I'm not sure if she'll know, but I will answer this since I know we're coming up on time anyway. Is yes, the app is part of the subscription. So once again, you get access to everything in there. But then, oh, Haley, are you back?
You know what? It says my connection is unstable. My
Oh
internet is not very
no.
good in this
We
room.
don't like
Yeah.
unstable connections. Well, I was just
No.
finishing answering that question here, and
Oh,
I can share my screen here too really quick because we just have a couple questions left anyway. So
okay. You
this
might have to.
should be
You
okay.
might want to
Yes.
run with them.
Yeah, I'll run with this. Yeah, so if you sign up for Travefy, all you have to do is if you just go to travefy.com, just go to click start free trial, and then you will be able to get a trial for, you get 10 days of trial. And during that period, I would definitely recommend, schedule a demo with us, watch these videos, do the getting started guide. But also, if you're going to be joining us for training camp, that's pretty much like the most in depth way to get it. So it's a really great time to join right now. And then you can always subscribe monthly or annually. And if you do subscribe annually, you save 20% automatically. So it makes it $31 a month, where monthly is $39 a month. So really great there. And then I also wanted to, okay, so this was the other question I want to make sure I got to is Cindy had asked, some of this is new to me. So how do I sign up for a training? And
Oh, okay.
Haley showed this a little bit ago, but basically you just want to go to travefy.com/support, which I'll drop into the chat here as well. So let me send this to all panelists here, or all attendees. And if you go to travefy.com/support, just click schedule demo, and then you'll be able to schedule some time with us. But definitely utilize that. If you're new to Travefy, you'll connect with a demo. So then that way you get really an overview and see how it will work for your business. And then a training can be more in depth, and we can cover whatever you want. So if you want to talk about the
Yep.
website builder, we can spend the time talking about that, all that good stuff. So I don't know if there's anything else, Haley, to add to that at all.
Um, Nothing really else to add, but just definitely schedule a training or a demo. I think
Mm-hmm.
those are really helpful to help you guys get to really learn the ins and outs, and you can talk to one of us one on one, and we're able to coach you, and we can really go in depth. So I always encourage scheduling a training or a demo.
Totally. Yeah. Definitely do. And I'm going to turn my face on here really quick because that really concludes the first one. But here let me share my screen again really quick. Hold on. It's coming. There we go. But before we go though, I got to share the next one up, which is in a half an hour. So you will see if you join us again, you will see me once more. But also Bonnie. So we'll have Bonnie from the Client Champion team on there with me as well. But we're gonna go in depth in proposal and quotes, which I know will be really awesome and helpful because there are tons of questions when Haley was going through proposals and quotes, and so we'll be able to tackle those in the next session. So. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, Haley. This was awesome.
Thank you guys. Thank you. Sorry, I tried to turn on my camera, but it's shut off on us.
Technology is
yep.
we're falling apart here, but we're gonna get ourselves back up for 30 minutes.
Yep.
And then here we'll see you again soon.
Thank you all.
Thanks, everyone. See you soon.